Today, we'll be talking about bullying in sport. Sports are often celebrated for their ability to build teamwork, resilience, and character, but beneath the surface of camaraderie, a darker side sometimes emerges, which is bullying and hazing. These behaviors can destroy team dynamics, harm athletes physically and emotionally, and even end careers. So, what is bullying in sport? Bullying in sport is the repeated intentional harm of one athlete by another, often in a power imbalance. This can include verbal abuse, physical aggression, and social exclusion. Hazing is a form of bullying, which is a specific intentional ritual designed to humiliate or endanger a new or younger team member. While it's often dismissed as tradition, hazing can come across the line into abusive and illegal behavior. So, what are the impact of bullying? Bullying can impact mental health, which athletes subjected to these behaviors are often experience anxiety, depression, or low self-esteem. It can also impact physical harm. Hazing rituals can lead to serious injuries or even fatalities. And last but not least, team dynamics. A toxic culture can destroy trust, decrease performance, and tarnish a program's reputation. Over the years, there's been many cases. We're just going to go over two. The first one being within the Northwestern University football team in the 2000s. The hazing allegations within the Northwestern University football program during the 2000s and later periods have drawn significant attention for their severity. Investigations revealed a toxic culture involving coercive hazing rituals, including acts of physical and sexual humiliation. Common practices included rituals like running, where players were restrained and subjected to dry humping in a dark locker room, and also the car wash, where freshmen were forced to brush against naked teammates while being sprayed with hoses. Freshmen were also allegedly coerced into performing naked snaps during practice. The second case we can look at is the Xavier War Memorial High School in 2014. The 2014 bullying incident involving Xavier War Memorial High School's football program garnered significant attention due to the severity of the allegations. 7 players were charged with crimes including aggravated assault, sexual assault, and criminal restraint. These acts occurred in the locker room where older members reportedly assaulted younger players under the guise of tradition or initiation, which some described as grotesque hazing. This included physical attacks and sexual abuse, highlighting systematic issues and unsupervised locker room behavior for toxic culture. We're also going to look at current issues within sports world and bullying, social media being the biggest one. Social media has amplified the impact of bullying as embarrassing or abusive acts can now be shared online, causing long-lasting physical harm and psychological harm. Social media enables bullying incidents to reach a far wider audience than ever before. Instead of remaining confined in the locker rooms or practice field, abusive acts, humiliation rituals, or demeaning comments can now be recorded and shared on platforms like Instagram, TikTok, or Snapchat. This not only prolongs the victim's humiliation, but also subjects them to public ridicule and cyberbullying from people beyond their social circle. These bullying and hazing rituals are sometimes documented and shared as quote-unquote proof of a new member initiation into a team. While some participants may initially see this as harmless, these posts can have long-term consequences, including public backlash, loss of scholarships. So now I'm going to go over just 4 simple steps that we can take to addressing social media bullying within sport. The first one being education on digital citizenship. Teach athletes about responsible social media use, the consequences of sharing harmful content, and the impact of cyberbullying. 2, we can have clear policies. So sports organizations and schools should implement strict guidelines regarding social media conduct with clear penalties for those violations. The third one being monitoring and reporting mechanisms. Encourage athletes and coaches to monitor online interactions and provide anonymous reporting systems for cyberbullying. And the fourth one being promoting positive use. We can leverage social media to celebrate team achievements, promote inclusivity, and build supportive communities. Social media, while offering opportunities for connection and promotion, can often be a double-edged sword within sport. So understanding its potential for harm and taking proactive measures can help reduce its role. So moving on from social media, we can go into the steps that we can take now to change bullying in sport. So the first one being comprehensive education programs. Schools and sports organizations should implement mandatory training for coaches, parents, and players to recognize, report, and prevent bullying and hazing. We can also have workshops on leadership, respect, and the negative impacts of hazing and help replace harmful traditions with positive team building practices. We could also have empowering athletes to speak up. So having anonymous reporting mechanisms such as hotlines or digital platforms to encourage athletes to report abuse without the fear of retaliation. We can also have peer education programs that can help athletes understand their rights and responsibilities, creating a culture where teammates support one another. By fostering awareness, accountability, and proactive measures, we can ensure that sports remain a positive and inclusive space for all athletes.